show you how you can apply Canada study permit through IRCC portal step by step. Before I proceed further, I would like to clarify, neither I am an immigration consultant nor I am a government body. So whatever I do in this video, it's totally based on my interest, knowledge and research. So this should not be considered as legal advice at all. This is just to show you how you can use a service, and I'll be using sample details. So if you're taking anything out of this video, you do it at your own risk, because whatever is gonna be shown here could be correct or could be wrong as well. So you'll be liable for any outcome that comes out. Anyway, let's proceed. So I have logged in into IRCC portal account. Here I have a link, apply for a visitor visa, transit visa or study permit. I click on it. So here when I go down, I need to acknowledge and click on start application. Do you want to submit more than one application at this time? So for this video I am assuming that the applicant is single, so going alone, that's why I selected no. If you have, click on yes, and then you need to apply as a group. So I select no and click on save and continue. Now these are the options that you wanna select. Which one would you like to apply? So I select study permit. What exactly? So let's say for 2 years somebody is applying. Tell us more about what you will do in Canada included. I'm just gonna write something, but you need to provide full information and date. Many people call it SOP, but this is the place to do that. So I just wrote like this, but because of a sample video, but you gotta do date you will enter Canada. So let's say I'm just gonna go sample May 1st, date you will leave Canada, just sample guys. 24. Okay, so unique identifier, client identifier if known, I have put otherwise leave it. So let's say you are doing it for the first time, so you don't have UCI, so we can leave it and click on save and continue. Now it is giving you the information, what are the things you need. Click on continue. Applicant, are you applying on behalf of somebody else? I select no. Personal details, surname, first name as per your passport or identity document. Okay, I'm gonna put some sample values. So I selected 1998 April 1st, male. What documents you are traveling with? I select passport. What kind of passport it is? So generally regular. Select the country, so I am just going for India. What is the nationality? So I select India. Travel number, so I am going to put a sample number. Confirm your passport number. So this is the advantage of web forms. If you do any mistake, it's going to capture it right away here. Date of issue, so let's say I just put a sample date, June 29, 18. Okay, fine. Expiry, so typical Indian passports like 10 years, correct? So I'll put 6 June 2028. Are you a lawful permanent resident of United States with a valid green card? I select no. Have you held a Canadian visitor visa in past 10 years? No. Do you currently hold a valid US non-immigrant visa? I select no. Are you traveling to Canada by air? I select yes. You need to put whatever as per your guess. Once you have done through all the mandatory fields, you have save and continue option enabled. Click on it. Country or territory where you were born. So I'm going to select India. City or town where you were born. So I'm just going to put New Delhi. Okay, coming down. Are you a citizen of more than one country or territory? No. Which country you are citizen of? So I select India. And citizenship by a territory since birth, I select yes. So the date citizenship acquired is automatically picked as your date of birth. Good logics. National identity document. So when I had applied, I had used my PAN card details as national document, but it's not mandatory. So I mean, you need to select this. So I select no, but if you have, you can definitely do. Have you used any other name in past? I select no. If you leave now, the information you entered will not be saved. Okay, let me see, cancel. If I am missing something, no, I am not missing something, then okay, maybe it wasn't saved. Alright, fine. Country, what is your residential address? Select country. So I select India. Street address, I'm gonna put a sample address. So I just put one New Delhi street, New Delhi pin, same as your residential address. I select yes. List your current country or territory of residence, then add all other countries territories where you have lived for the past 5 years for more than 6 months. So let's say he has only lived in India, so I'm gonna select India. What is your status? Is like citizen. And this is where you currently live. And from, so let's say he has lived there since birth, so I'm gonna select 1998 April 1st. Sample case, guys. Okay, I got save and continue. Biometrics. Do we already have your fingerprint and photo and they are still valid? No. Means assume this case he hasn't gone for it. So that means he has to go through biometrics. Who is inviting you? Write the inviter's name exactly at this who is inviting you? Okay, address in the list manually. Apartment, select phone number, email. I think something is wrong. Let me go back and check. This is fine. If I click on save and continue, let me go back and check other details, like why it is asking for inviters. I selected student, right? Did we do anything wrong? Let me go back and check from beginning. So I selected study permit. Oh, here I selected incorrect entry. For more than 6 months I should have selected, but I selected this visitor visa, that's why it went like this. Okay, so make sure you select the correct entry. Alright, I gotta go back to that page. Let me see if the entries are still there or they have been vanished. Hopefully they are still there. Yeah, it looks like they are still there. That's why I got amazed when that came up. So basically you got to be very careful, but anyway, thanks to this web form so that I can easily modify. Alright, so now I have come to this application page, and now I see information that are relevant to study permit. So let's say you have got a letter of acceptance. So I select this. Which one of the following applies to you? officer, grain inspector, none of the above I select. Level of study, which one you want to study? Let's say you are going to study master's degree. DLI number should be started with O followed by 12 numbers, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Name of school, okay, you can click find, but here nothing is gonna come out. I'm sorry, nothing is gonna come out because this is a sample, but in your actual case it will come out. Okay, name of school, so I'll just put Toronto IT College. Now select a country or territory, so Canada is already selected. Now you can type the address here, but I'm gonna do manually because the address I'm gonna enter does not exist, but you can do it automatically. Thanks for watching. Alright, field of study, so computing IT I selected. Student identification, this is optional, so I'm leaving, but if you have, you can do it. From when you are gonna study, how long, okay, from I select 22 May 5th to 2024 April 30. Just sample dates, do it as per your case. Again this save and continue got enabled. Tuition fee in Canadian dollars. Okay, so I'm just gonna put 50,000 and see this is like all years of study. Others in Canadian dollars, funds available. Okay, I'm just going to some sample values for this one. Who will pay for your expenses? I select myself or parents. Okay, are you receiving financial support? I select no, but whatever is applicable in your case, you gotta do. Save and continue. You want to apply for work permit to participate in a cooperative program? If it is a yes, select yes. If not, select no. Do you have a GIC? Yes, yes. Did you pay first year tuition fee? Yes. Did you get a medical exam within the last 12 months done by IRC authorized panel physician? Let's say he hasn't gone for it, so he'll go for it later. Okay. Now we have got to the next tab, activities. Have you ever studied at a post-secondary school? You don't need to have completed. Yes. Details of each program you have studied currently going at. So in India, what happens, like typically 10 plus 2 and then graduation. So if it's engineering 4 years, so that's what I assume. So generally in India, if you don't have any gap, you enter in colleges at 18 years of age. So this guy I made 1998, so 18 is 2016 and 4 years 2020. Alright, so I'm just going to put sample values. Okay, so I have entered some sample values here. Delhi IT College, computing IT. So I click on save. Okay, work activities. Did you serve in any military, militia, disabled defense unit? No. Give details of all your employment and activities since the age of 18. Do not include any entries that you have already put for post-secondary education. So since age of 18 will be like April 2016. Okay, so that we have already from May onwards we have shown the studies. Okay, so you know what we can do, if I make it to April, that means from April onward this guy will study, so they will not ask more. I mean, but he completed in 2020 May, so from 2020 June they do need details. So I'm gonna put the details. So 2020 I can put it ongoing, so 2 will go. June, work activity, what you are doing, business, finance, admin, occupation, education, law, government, so government position, health, occupation, homemaker, management, occupation, manufacturing, sales and service, occupations, unemployed. So let's say he's doing an IT, so where should I put IT? Management, service, occupation, right? IT is service, so I'll put job title. Let me see what is there. Administrative, no. Yeah, scroll down button works, so I can scroll down. Carpenter, cashier, cleaner, computer information system professional. Okay, got it. Employer, I'll just put Delhi IT company. Okay, main duties of the job, I'm gonna write something useless, but you're gonna write useful as per your case. Don't do this in your actual application. Select a country, I select India. Street address, I'm gonna put a street address down. Okay, click on save. Okay, now let's see what happens. If we leave any gap, system will not allow us to go to the other section, but it allows. That means we covered. During the past 5 years, have you traveled to a country territory other than the one where you are citizen or where you live now? No. Good. Have you ever stayed in Canada beyond the validity of your status without authorization? No. Have you ever refused visa, work permit to leave any country or territory? So if you have any earlier visa refusal, make sure you do, even if it is not in Canada. They can easily find it out, and if you put wrong information, it's going to be considered misrepresentation, and that will have serious impact. Have you ever committed any crime? I select no. Have you ever been arrested? No. Have you ever been charged for any criminal offense? Yeah, okay. Have you ever been convicted for any criminal offense? No. The question, have you ever been a member? Have you ever witnessed or participated in the ill treatment of prisoner civilian? I select no. Save and continue. Medical and background questions. Tuberculosis. How many more tabs we have? Okay, from summary I'll go up to documents. I can go, not beyond that, because then I have to sign and fee, and I'm not gonna pay fee. Sorry guys. The last 2 years, have you diagnosed with tuberculosis? I select no. The 5 years, have you been close to a person with tuberculosis? No. There are like details, so you should go through them carefully. This is the sample video only. Are you currently receiving dialysis? No. Have a drug alcohol causing you to threat to yourself or to be hospitalized? No. Mental condition? No. Have you ever been diagnosed with syphilis? No. What is your current marriage status? Never married, so single. Do you have any biological or stepchildren? I select no. Be careful. If you were, tell us about your parent. If you were adopted, provide details about your legal parents. So parents, add. What are the given name, first name, relationship? Okay, father. All right. So let's say John Smith has a father named Peter Smith. Peter Smith. So John was born in 1998. So let's say his dad was born in 1975. Right? Yeah. 5 April 10. Is the parent deceased? No. Country or territory of birth? India. Present occupation? Same address yours will come with Canada. Do you know? Present occupation? Retired. Click save, and this will come here. Okay, perfect. Now let's add mother. So I put the name as Eliza Smith. Relationship, mother. Let's say she was born in 1976. June. Country, territory of birth, India. Present occupation, homemaker. Do I have any search option here? No. Okay, homemaker. Same address, yes. Welcome to Canada with you. No. Select, yeah. Save and continue. What is your native language and or mother tongue? So I select Hindi. He is from India. Just sample guys. It could be others as well. Well, can you communicate in English or French? English. What language do you want us to use to contact you? English. Email address. Okay. And confirm your email address. Okay, I'm gonna put some sample. So I put samples. Telephone number, okay, one we have to provide. So I put cellular, it's not US Canada, and then number. Dial code, telephone number, what have I selected? Dial code. So for India it's gonna be 91 and telephone number 10 digits. So I'm gonna put some samples. Click on save. Click save and continue. Now here is the summary. Anything you want to review, you can go ahead and edit. Also you can see edit link. If you expand, you can see the question and its answers. So this is an excellent way to do. Click save and continue once you verify all of this. Now here you got to upload the documents, optional documents, consent, personal information, additional document, whatever is required. Additional documents and all. You can see that they have not asked you to upload any form because it was not required. All the information you have already uploaded. So after this, if you see in the tab, it asks you to pay fee, then consent and declaration. So I am not going to do that because I am not going to pay the fee, but I hope you have got the idea. Thanks for watching.